Okay, well, last but not least, I want to show you the path tool, which we've also covered in class. Plus, I want to show you how to save this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with something new. And I'm going to click on Artboard 3. This is reification. If I spelt it right, I'll have to double check that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start using what's called the path tool. And this will be able to create some intricate shapes with ease. So I'm going to go back to my rectangle tool. Now let's say that I want a cross. So I'll have this cross, and as you can see, my fill already has a color in it. My stroke has none in it, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. And then let's go ahead and I'm going to make another. What I could do is I could select this, copy it, paste it, okay, move it over the other one. I'm going to rotate it. Okay, and now I'm using my down arrow key, or I can even do this by hand. And this is telling me that it's centered. Okay, so I have a plus sign. So at this point, what I can do is, under Window, there is a tool here that's called Pathfinder. I'm going to select it. And now here I have a whole lot of choices. What I can do is, and again, I have to be, use the tooltips because I can't remember everything. This says that if I select this particular image, so I'm going to marquee over both of them, this would unite them. And so what you can see is that overlap, that's completely gone at this point. Command Z, okay? Or what I could do is I could say divide them. Now what I can do is come back here, my direct selection tool. Now what I can do is I can divide each one of these. So this divides them into separate shapes. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go Command Z, and again I have to Command Z it a couple of times because a lot's happening. Okay, now I'm with my original file. This one here says trim, so let's see what that one does. Okay, well, let's see, I got this, and I got this, but it left, whoopsie, this. So it leaves the top and bottom pretty much whole. So let's go again. Command Z it. Command Shift Z. Okay, select everything. And I could go through each one of these and demo it for you, but I think you can play with it and kind of figure it out what you want. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to select both of them. Again, I'm going to marquee over them both, and I'm going to unite them. Now what we're going to do is I am going to come over here, and I'm going to use my ellipse tool, and this time I'm going to find the center of it. And I'm going to press and I'm going to drag. Now it's going to be the same color. So what I want to do is I'm going to use my default colors. Okay, it looks like it's not really centered terrifically well. So let's see if I can get it centered better. Okay, I can do it this way, or I could use my arrow keys, up, sides. Okay, now I'm going to select everything again, select all. Now what I'm going to, or marquee over, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go to my object tool, and I'm going to create a compound path. And you don't see anything that really's happened here. The only thing that has happened is that the center clipped out this hole in the center. So if I wanted to, I'm going to put in a black star. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key. I'm going to make a little bit of a star. Make it black, like I told you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this. And what I want you to see is, well, the reason that that's happening is because this is the first thing drawn, this is the second thing drawn. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to rearrange how these objects are on the artboard. So what I'm going to do is this here, I'm going to move it to the back. I'm going to go to Range, and I'm going to send to back. Now, it's over the top, but let's say that I want to send that to back. Arrange, send to back. Now this time when I move this over, it's going to cover that up. So what I can do is, do you see how that hole exists in the middle? I can select both of these, marquee over them, and now what I can do is I can use my Align tool, and I can say, okay, I want it centered, and I want it left and right. So align it to the selection, left and right, and deselect it. So now what I have is this really odd sort of little thing here. So that's another way that we can handle it. Okay, if I want to move these together forever and a day, I can marquee over, Command G. Now what we have is I can move them as a single object. Hold down the Shift key. Okay. And now I have my object. Okay, so now what can I do? Well, we're going to have to save this. And the way I'm going to save it is I'm going to do a Save As. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to select Adobe for PDF. Gestalt Images, that's the way it's coming through. The only thing is I want to make sure my last name's attached. Now I'm going to be able to save it for homework. Save. Okay, and what it's asking me here is embed thumbnails. Everything seems okay here. Save as PDF. And what you'll notice is that it has saved me a PDF as one page, as one whole file. And that's what I'm going to upload to the Dropbox.